Hello everybody. So let's start class number 5 today. Why is this so? Let me just tie up here. There we go. So before I start class 5, as always, I'm gonna ask if you guys have any doubt from the past classes, related to the past classes. And that gives us time to wait for whoever is a little bit late for class. Does anybody have any doubt, want to ask anything before we move forward? While I wait for you guys to answer me, I will let you guys know that the things that I did with his face after class. So I match up the two sides here. Remember that I carved and I dig this part and build it up better last class on this side and didn't do this side. And I think I did something opposite this side, and then I just matched up the whatever I did in class. I didn't really do anything more than that, other than making his face a little bit larger on back here. Thank you. So, hello. So one of the things that I do, I did mention about the transparency. I'm not sure if you guys actually use the transparency to, because I didn't do it in class, because I don't really do it anymore because my eyes are already trained. So unless I really can't get a face, then I will do. Yeah, I'm gonna make some texture to his face today. I don't do a lot of texture, but I'm gonna do some. That's gonna be today's class, like all the wrinkles and stuff. So this is my transparency. So this was like a strawberry plastic box. I avoid plastic, but some things I can only find on plastic, so I save them when I have it. So just like a hard plastic. And I put on top of his face, and with a Sharpie, I traced his main shapes. I think that's twisted. No, that side. And then you just contour the main shapes to his face, and that's just to help you out during the, getting the portrait, the likeness better. And then when you put on in front of him, let me see through the phone because I'm gonna see different of what the camera is showing. You can place it over, see, and that's gonna help you to see if everything is in the right spot. Can you guys see? So if you have the eyes a little bit wrong, the transparency will show you. And you can even add like main wrinkles, like I added these 2 wrinkles here. So I can see if I got it right. And that it is, I added the basic wrinkles so it can guide me to get it right on his face. And something that it was really off was the thickness of the face, so I fixed it, like right here. And yeah, you can use this to help you out. I can even do the profile and then put it on top. I didn't do the profile, but I'm just doing that to show you guys how to fix all the shapes and help you to find a better portrait. And at some point you probably won't even need to do that anymore unless you just want to make sure, then you do it. Okay, so that is one tip. I mentioned that, but I didn't really do it, so I don't know if you guys, because sometimes I say things and then you guys hear it, but you just register when you actually see me using them. It's like, oh, okay, so that is a good idea. And then you guys go and try it out. So today we're gonna add some wrinkles and the ear. He doesn't show his ears. If you guys look, like I'm gonna make I think I'm gonna make a clay hair, so the ear won't even show. Maybe if I wasn't in class, I would just put like a lobel. I don't know the names. I don't know ears names in English. But I know it's like lobel or something like that, the bottom of the ear. I have it in here, some images to help. If you guys want to learn the ears, I have here, but it's all in Portuguese. So I learned in Portuguese. Um, lobe. Okay, lobe. So I don't know if you guys want me to show the full ear or not, or just see like how, yeah, earlobes, how I would do it. I don't know. Like I could go for the full ear and show you guys how I do it. Or I can just go straight for the wrinkles. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you prefer if you want. Like I think a lot of people have problems like sculpting ears or think it's really, really complicated. So maybe I'll make at least one here. It might get on our way, that's the problem. They give you trouble? Okay, so let's just do it. So the first thing that I do is like an ear shape. Kind of like a drop shape, like this, for the ear. And when I place it, the size is about from the eyebrow to around the cut of the lips, not this one because it's lower, but the center of it. So kind of that, a little bit thick because I'm gonna need more clay to place it in there. And when I place it, make sure to don't place straight like that. Make sure to do inclinated like that. Oh yeah, too. So you go inclinated like that, and you're gonna place the top, the very top of the ear on the eyebrow line here, and the very, very bottom of the lobe right on the center. Like make an imaginary line. So you can see on the front to see if it's kind of reaching the right spot there. And yeah, it needs to reach around there. Okay? And as you get older, the lobe goes lower, kind of like hangs down. All right, so this is just like a pretty basic shape. Make sure that it's inclinated, that's very important. And then I will start attaching, blending into my clay, just so it's nice and firm. And when I go to blending, I kind of like do this, like split the clay, so I give the right thickness to his ear. And I go down and down, slowly down, and then I blend this into the head. This way I already get the back of the ear shape as well a little bit. And then I can go thinner and thinner as you sculpt. Always keep in mind that if you go too thin, you might have a very fragile ear after, and the hair is gonna cover, so you might want to leave it a little bit thicker than reality. All right, so once you blend in all around, for where the ear attached to the head, the size of it, like where is the line, it's around the eye here. So the top goes around the eyebrow, and where it's attached here, this part is around the eye line. And in the bottom, if you don't have, because it's different in each people. Like some people don't really have the earlobe divided like this, but if they do have, it's under the nose where it gets attached to the face like that, around here. So this from here to here is kind of where it will be attached to the face. And I'm just gonna blend in better because there's like a darker line in there. This way. Okay. Oh, and in here it's like right behind the jaw, in the center of the head, where you place your ear. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Just in my skull, there's a little, you can see here, let me remove the clay so you can see. There's like two bumps on the back. Make sure that the jaw is not going to cover there. So that's kind of guides you where the jaw must finish. See, there's a bump in here, and there's another one in this side. That also helps you to make sure that it's symmetric and they're all finishing in the right place there. See? So this is already on my skull. This is a skull from my store. You can get it on Amazon or Etsy. You can find the links on my website. There you go. So these two bumps help to, that's where you're going to finish your jaw. All right, so for the ears, what I do here is I have kind of like a scheme, you know, like just a step-by-step to make ears, to make it easier. So what I do here is like I draw number 9. So from here where the ear is attached on this line, you kind of start getting in and make a number 9 here. Just I'm just drawing, okay? Just scratching a line here. So you see a number 9 here. It doesn't go all the way to the back here, it doesn't attach, it's just a, so just stop kind of like in the center here, center of the ear. So just draw this line, and then you contour this line, you redraw over here, and keep on going around this way. Just scratch. Get another tool. This one is not good one for scratching. Just scratch so we can see the ear design. I'm gonna keep a picture of the ear here in the back so you guys know what I'm doing. So if you look at the ear, you can see this number 9 right here. And this is what I'm doing, okay? There's this image from Anatomy for Sculpture that divides the ear, so that's the number 9 right there, right here. And this is how I always start my ears, with this number 9. So just mark this line. First I mark this one, and now I'm marking this one, okay? Mark this line here. As it starts getting here, you don't need to mark anymore. We can, like, not everybody have this mark so deep here. You don't really need to do it this way. So second step for making ears is this part of the number 9, the front of it, gets inside. So if you look like this, you can't really see because it goes inside the ear. So what we're going to do here is press this in. So I'm going to smash it and bring it all in like that. You see, maybe I did too much. Got excited. So slowly, don't go like crazy, because I'm explaining, so I want you guys to see, and then I just smash too much. But anyway, you smash this inside and let it get out slowly, like this. Oops, I'm out. So smash it in and slowly let it come out again. This way. All right? So now you have this going inside the clay that you just added. It can go a little bit, kind of like where the face is. You don't need to go in much more than that. And then when you look in the front, you can see this inclinated getting in. All right? So that's the second thing I do. Once I do that, I will carve again this line, because when you squeeze in, it's going to get too shallow. So keep on the carving. There you go. And now what I do is, I mean, there is not really like a rule that you have to do that, but here I put my tool right under my number 9 line there, the first one that I did, right there. And I'm going to lay down my tool. It can be any tool. It doesn't need to be this one, because everybody asks me about this tool and they can find it. So, and cut this way. And then right here, we are going to leave this part a little bit up, and we're going to do the tragus. That is a little bit of a bump that we have right here. This is too big. Sometimes it gets right the perfect size, but that's rare. Usually doesn't. And then leave it the little bump to form the tragus right there. I kind of removed too much, I think. That's okay, because we're still going to work a lot here. There it is, right? So we have a basic shape for this tragus right there. And as the tragus go here, it kind of meet up with the bottom there, the line of the number 9, right there. All right, so we have the tragus, we have the number 9 line. Now what I'm gonna do is, let me just fix the number 9 line here so you guys can see better. Now I'm gonna put my 2, instead of putting here like I did to cut the tragus, I put in here and cut. Now I'm gonna put right here on the top of it, and I'm going to start digging this down and making a shape here, kind of like a shell. So go in there. Let me kind of design, like draw, and then you guys see like this. And then as you reach here, it goes up and goes all the way under the tragus. And these have to come out. So I'm going to start scratching both sides to remove this clay from here. Right there. So it comes here from the top and it goes around like that. And as you get here, you can go in, but if you're gonna make a mold of your face, then don't go in too much because you're gonna have a big negative. Because you don't really need to go all the way in like real ears. You can just keep it like that because you don't want to have a deep, if you're gonna make a mold. If you're not gonna make a mold, then go ahead and make a canal right there. You don't have to. All right, so smooth a little bit out so you can see the shapes. And I like to smooth so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so right here and right here. Okay, now this cannot be so thick like that. It needs to be inclinated. So I'm gonna get a knife or whatever you have, and I'm going to round this shape a bit, removing this excess clay from here. And also here needs to start getting in, so I'm also going to remove part of it there, like this. And here can even be more, and then you have to go like look to a ear, to a reference, to start copying the shape of it. The best ear to look is probably your own in the mirror or somebody that is close to you. Hello. All right. So there it is. We have pretty much all the shapes. Now we're gonna do the triangular fossa. I think that's the name in English too. Triangular fossa. That is right here. You dig in right over this, the shell that you start here. You start digging in. It's good if you take a look at the anatomy of the ear so you actually know all these shapes and you know what you're doing. But following these steps kind of like helpful. And it's kind of like a triangle that it gets in like this. And then as it gets out here, you lose the depth and disappears. And then just smooth out, fix. You can kind of like give it a little bit of a depth in here or not, and round everything out and smooth out, and that's it. If you want to go even more realistic, you can dig this part a little bit in there, right after the shell here. You don't have to really make the ears unless you want to practice, or you can just put a little lobe in there and kind of like make some volume if you want. Because the hair, if you're gonna do a hair with thread, then you probably should make the ears just in case. Make sure that you make them really attached to the face, like the head. Don't make them coming out, because some ears come out. Make sure to have like back there, because then it's not going to get on your way or show on the hair. But if you're going to make clay hair, then you really don't really need to make ears. All right, and now just smooth out and work with the basic shapes better. Here I lost a little bit of the lobe, so I'm just going to fix it, and that's it. Bring it in, because as we move, sometimes we squeeze, and then after it's all done, you fix the whatever you want here. And if you want, maybe because he's older, you can bring the lobe down a bit, pinch it down. Like, I mean, I don't know if his tribe does anything to their ears, because some natives tribes, they do some, how do you call it? Like in Brazil, they have ones that make big things in their ears, but I don't think he does, because I can't really see his ears in the picture, so I don't think there's anything different. And I'm not a study, like I'm not really familiar with natives cultures, or especially North American. I'm more familiar with Brazilian ones. But as I'm started to scope them, I've been doing some reading to learn more. It's a very interesting things to know. Anyway, that's what it is. That's good enough. And then we can smooth out some, like some diggings that I made here can be smoother or softer, not as strong marked, but that's pretty much it. All right, any question on that? Mine might feel like mine is kind of a little bit of too big, but that's good. I'll fix it after class. Just want to make sure you guys understand. It's big here. When I pulled the lobe out down, I think I made it too big. You're good? All right. And then if you want to make it skinnier here to be more normal, you can just cut with a knife and make sure that you make it even more realistic. Thank you. Thank you for the hug. Yes, we have to be aware that there are a lot of violence still against Native. This is really sad, and something that we can never forget and never stop fighting against to end, definitely. Also a lot of violence against females, Natives. In Canada, our Prime Minister is very conscious about it and has good programs to help, but not enough. All of this must end. It's ridiculous that after so years of existence, a human being still does these stupid things. In here also, like there's a, the ears come out, like there's too much clay here in this division, so you can clean up a bit. And I mean, if it's not going to show, then leave it, because that makes it stronger and harder to break the ear. But if it's going to show, it's good to clean up a little bit and make it a more realistic right there. Because usually the hair covers this part, at least this part. All right, so let's move forward now for smoothing your piece. Okay, so once you have the ears done, the 2 ears, you can smooth out your piece. You can always bake one ear to build up another. If you're going to do that, make sure to dig a a hole in here so you have space to work on your ear after. Make sure to don't have too much clay here. Because a lot of people, when when we go to scope the next ear, we squeeze this one and smash it and deform it all. So if you think that you're going to do that, if it's too hard for you, just bake it. And then you do the other ear after it's baked. Not a problem at all. Okay, so that being said, before you bake, you have to work on all the final details on the face and smooth out. So there's a few different ways to smooth out your piece. What I like to do is like I like to avoid putting products to any product like alcohol or oil, anything. If I do, I put just a tiny little bit. So I smooth out a lot with just my fingers, like that, and with my tools, like this. I do a lot of smoothing like that. I didn't put anything in here. It's just smooth out with my fingers and tools. And I got to this point. Also, a little thing like a little secret that I've never seen anyone doing is I have a little cup of water here and I make my finger a little bit wet, just a little. And then I go with my finger to smooth out. I don't know why, because polymer clay is not soluble, doesn't dissolve in water. I think it helps to slide the finger, and that's really good when it's just slides in. And for his face, you don't really need to do like a perfect smooth because he has a lot of wrinkles, and all the smooth that you do, it will go away after you do his wrinkles. So I'm gonna open, let me just a second, I forgot to open his picture here on my computer. Give me 1 second so I can open. I'm just finding the folder. All right, there we go. So open his picture on your computer or on your phone or somewhere that you can zoom in, so you can see the wrinkles better. So right now, I have it very well zoomed in my computer. So I can show you guys. Let me just, can't really show you without, there we go. So it's zooming in my computer right there. And then I can see the wrinkles much better. And what I do for the wrinkles is, it's not a bad idea to put a plastic on. I mean, it's a very good idea to put a plastic. This is just a food plastic, like a surrounding wrap plastic. Just, you know, those rolls of plastic, and it's stretchy. And I like this one because I can see better what I'm doing, and it makes it easier. And I'm gonna do deep wrinkles, so that helps me. And I'm gonna put a plastic on top of his face. And the plastic, what does the plastic do? If you try to make wrinkles, let me show you in the head. If you're gonna try to make wrinkles without a plastic, what can happen is you're gonna scratch the clay like that, and you're gonna have all this coming out left over from scratching. And it's going to also be too, like with not smooth, and not going, slowly going in, not rounded here. It's gonna be too rough, like more like a cut than a wrinkle. But if you put the plastic, you avoid having this leftover stuff, and it gets softer. So, see the difference? And then it looks more like wrinkles. Okay, all the previous classes are saved. You guys can watch. If you didn't do your Sitting Bull yet, it is not a problem. Go on my playlists and find Sitting Bull. And all the classes are saved in there from the first one. All right, so I'm gonna put on the forehead, and I'm gonna start with the forehead wrinkles that I'm seeing to his face there. He has a lot of, he also have a lot of marks on his face. So you can grab like a not very smooth surface. Let's see if I have anything here. I didn't prepare for that. I was not going to do any texture. But for example, a paper towel. paper towel have some, it's not smooth, and you can kind of like place it. Or you can like an orange skin to make some marks and make more like skin. I tried like whatever, it's, I can see that it's kind of not smooth. Helps to do it. Orange is good for this size, is not perfect. What I did here, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I didn't separate. I have some silicone. I have some silicone that I prepare, like I made a mold of orange, of an orange, and then I used the silicone mold to press to the skin to make skin texture. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna make texture, like at least not a lot. I'm just gonna do the wrinkles. So I'm gonna put the plastic here. And if you want to do some textures, like you can also use the plastic, and especially like on the nose, and do some poking. That is a good texture, very common to do. Can do some poking because I can see he has some marks to his skin. Is not very smooth, so you can kind of do this too. Here he has quite a few of those. It's good, it's better to do before the wrinkles, I'd say, like all these textures. Just poke a little bit. Has some here. Then when you remove, I don't even know if you guys can see that on camera. I think you can see here, right? Some. I don't have my glasses on, I can't see a thing. Let me put my glasses to see that. And guys, if you are making your sitting bull, make sure to send me pictures or make a story and I can share it. I love to see them. You can also do like, I poked with a thicker, yeah, it's visible, good. You can do like with thinner, like more pointy ones, especially on the areas that you can see like more pores, like around the nose. You can make a little bit more and use some different tools to make different pokes. And if you want to make skin texture, then go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't have the patience for texture so much. I don't know. I have patience for details and stuff, but for skin texture, it's not my thing. I really don't like to do a lot. I do like just whatever is the basic, and that's it. There's some artists that you can search. I'm horrible with the names. What is his name? It's like, I think he's Korean. Arking, and he does amazing textures. You guys can take a look at his YouTube channel. I forgot his name. You probably know Arnie King, something like that. He's really amazing. Much better than me. It's not, I'm not even lying, he is. So go ahead and do some textures. I mean, I'm just joking. I don't really compare art, but for this stuff, he's really, really amazing. I think it's Arnie Kim. Pretty sure it's Arnie Kim, his name. So go ahead and do your pokes, and I'm gonna go to the wrinkles now. Especially because I think the wrinkles give the face a characteristic, and the skin texture doesn't. And my thing is more with, you know, I think the wrinkles kind of tells his story, right? Gives his his personality, give him personality, and skin texture doesn't. That's kind of why I don't really. Oh, there's someone from Sitting Bull's tribe here. Good, awesome. So I'm going to make a lot on the forehead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to go deep, because he has some deep marks to his forehead. And I'm not doing exactly like his, but kind of just going in the same direction and trying to get the same depth for them. Obviously, there's some deeper than others. And when you remove, they look like very good, like wrinkles, see? Because of the plastic. It helps to make it more softer, but and without the, it doesn't scratch your clay. Make another one here, close by here. There you go. Now I'm gonna make some on the eye. And also, like, the wrinkles will depend on how old are you making him. If you're making the older one, then you're gonna have to add more wrinkles than me. If you're making the younger one, then you might not even need to add all of these wrinkles. And here I'm gonna add the, here in the eye. I mean, in the eye, we have wrinkles when we are not that old. We get the wrinkles in the eye, especially natives back then. They probably stayed a lot in the sun, and the sun doesn't help to protect your skin. So I see some marks in here, lots of marks. If you guys want to go perfect skin marks, there's a, just go skin texture tutorials, and you're gonna find a lot of different techniques, and then you can try different ones. I think this needs to be a little bit deeper. There you go. I like that better. Make more this side now. How long has been class? This class is gonna be faster because I don't have much more to do. I could start painting him, but I don't want to paint until I take a deeper look to my Sitting Bull and, you know, finish him alone with my glasses to get all the details that I want. So I don't want to paint. Actually, painting, I think I'm going to do a recorded class. Maybe next class is going to be recorded for the painting, because I do baking between phases, and it's kind of hard to do the baking while I'm in class. Okay, so add as many texture and wrinkles as you want to yours, and then you're good to go. I'm gonna go deeper, some here around the eye. He has pretty bad skin here. I'm going to make some marks. Just go around like that to make it not so soft. You know, I poke a little bit, and then I scratch in different directions to make the skin texture show. See if you guys can see. Can you see? I can't see in my phone because of the light, I think. Let me get a better light. That's why I don't like teaching texture too. It's so hard to see. There you go. I think you guys can see that it's not smooth, right? Yeah. So it's, you know, you can do that at least in the parts that you look in the picture and you see that it's not smooth at all. Then just, if you like scratch in different directions and then poke. So much smooth, and then we just mess up the whole thing. There's some sculptures I did the full skin texture, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like to do it. I like the result, but I don't have the passion to do it. I like to work with passion. So there you go. As long as it's not super soft. All right. And then if you want to go like with this texture all over his face, just this is one of the techniques to go different direction, small soft scratches. Like, I mean, some people do that really slow and they already know exactly the directions because they always put the texture. You probably get used to it. I don't do it often. I don't have the patience, and I don't really care for texture so much, so I'm probably not the best person for you to learn texture from. I mean, I know the techniques. I just don't have the patience to do. All right. There you go. So at least it's not super smooth. And I'll probably press here my mold. You know that mold that we made for the native? I don't think I have it here. Remember that we put, if you guys watched the native class, we pressed some fabric. This is just a cotton fabric with gel that I used to make a mark for my native dress because it looks like a leather, and you know, it's not soft, so we can press it to get a little bit of the smooth out and just look more like a, you know, a skin that had a lot of sun. So if you guys want to see how I did that, it's also for free on my YouTube channel on the American First Nation class. It's the mom with the baby, and I taught how I did that. It's just cotton fabric with the liquid polymer clay and baked. The skin color? I mixed a few colors together. I talked about that on the first class. And then I added some flocking to it. I got very good texture for this mixing, worked very well. Gene Mackenzie, he's great. What about him? He's awesome. Some hair in mine. I'm gonna add some more pokes around here because I like. Oh yeah, the pictures are black and white. Well, you know, I looked for American natives references to try to copy the skin color, because yeah, that's truth. We can't really see his skin color, so we go more for his race. Typical, the color, and consider that he probably had a lot of sun because he lived outdoors, battles and stuff, and there's no sun block back then. And that's it. I don't know if I got the right color. I mean, I like the color and I sticked with it. All right. So if you guys can see, it's not super smooth and it's not perfect. There is not plenty of texture to it. I might add more wrinkles. I don't know. What I want to do is like take a better look to in different pictures, because I only have one open here, to see more like closer pictures of the wrinkles, if I find something so I can go deeper maybe or not. Well, I like those ones already, but I might add more. I don't know. So something else that you can do is add, if you want to make it smoother, is add some oil. I avoid the alcohol because it dries the clay too much and it can crack. I avoid using rubbing alcohol, isopropyl. But if your clay is too sticky, then go ahead and use it. Rubbing alcohol helps to remove. Some people use some other things that I don't. I don't like to have a lot of chemicals in my house. I'm a mother of young children and I avoid strong chemicals. So that's it. And then mineral oil or coconut oil, it's also great. Any oil, actually. You dip a little bit. Let me get some here. I have some mineral oil here to show. Even if you made like let's say you made the wrinkle too strong and you want the wrinkle to go softer, like not as strong as you did, you get the oil. So there's a little bit of oil on my brush and you just keep on going with the oil and smooth it out. That is going to help you to get your wrinkles more smoothened. All right, so that's it. You can also use like sponges, either to give texture or to smooth out. I'm gonna clean up this oil a little bit. I don't really like having too much oil to my face. And now we have him ready for painting. I'm going to work on the other ear, get it ready for the paint, and then I will record next class. So next class I'm not gonna come live. I will post a video showing how to paint polymer clay, and I might even mix different techniques so you guys have options. And I will smooth out this ear. Oh, let me smooth out with the oil so you guys can see. So you just go with a brush and smooth it out, going inside. You can get thicker brushes or thinner brushes and get it all smooth. And then I like to clean up the oil a little bit with my finger or with a cotton or cotton on Q-tip or a sponge. And that's it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this class. This is Sitting Bull. It's a chief, American Native Lakota chief. I don't know if that's how you pronounce Lakota. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys get in here with your Sitting Bull, and next class will be recorded class. I will post on Tuesday next week. I will paint his face and have him ready for posting next Tuesday. If anything happened and I'm not ready for posting Tuesday, I'll post a message on the community, but it's not going to be a live class. It's going to be recorded because I have to do baking in between the layers, and I don't want to have to make you guys wait for baking, or I don't want to rush in a bunch of layers at the same time before I bake. Okay, so I can do like slowlier and have my bakings in between just nice and calm. Then you guys watch the video edited. All right, so see you guys not next week, but you guys will have a video next week, and see you guys after that. Bye-bye. Where's the X? Here.